When writers focus only on plot and character, their stories can drift, no matter how neat the setup. I help writers use their theme as the guiding force that will give their story direction and make it closer to being financed. Hi, I'm Paul Tyler, and this is how I apply my obsession with theme to story development. It's the same whether we're working together online or face-to-face in person. Now, I've worked with feature films, TV series, shorts and immersive with both fiction and documentary. Here's what I believe fascinates writers, directors and producers. It's the human condition. You're all drawn to the messy, complicated stuff that makes us human. Unlike dogs, which are either happy, hungry, randy or tired, we humans are endlessly complex, and luckily so. Otherwise, the likes of you and therapists and theologians would be out of work. It's this messiness, our inconsistencies, our paradoxes, our contradictions that drive stories that allow the audience to explore themselves and the world. Theme is the term that I use to capture that fascination. So, for example, a writer might be fascinated by the relationship between, let's say, love and honesty. They develop a story with various characters, parents, lovers, children. Scenarios emerge that are stuffed with juicy conflicts. And it's through these situations that the audience is just how messy life can be, especially when trying to answer a question like, can you truly love someone without being 100% honest? The goal isn't to give a neat answer, it's to build a story that lets the audience wrestle with this question themselves. Stories aren't just for storytelling, they're frames for exploring complex themes. And that's why you need to be on top of your theme. Are you? Without it, your story risks drifting and your chances of getting finance drop. Most writers, though, start with characters, conflicts and worlds, and that makes sense. But at some point, you need to stop and to grab your theme. And yes, themes aren't always that easy to define. By definition, they are complex and nuanced. They're universal and they try to capture some sort of tension between the good bits and the bad bits of at least two things. Even an initial stab at defining your theme is enough to start the process of refining the way you handle your storytelling. This work is often an iterative process where you'll be looping back between story and theme, tightening each as you go along. In a typical 2-hour session with me, we begin by looking at theme before mapping out your story. Laying out the pieces on the table allows everyone to be able to work up close whilst keeping the big picture in view. That way, it's easier to see whether the story drifts or guides the audience to engage with a deeper exploration. So whether you're a writer shaping a script, a producer evaluating a project, or a group exploring storytelling in a workshop, this approach brings clarity, focus, and improves the chances of a work being financed. Get in touch at handlingstory.com.